onto the Wrath of Cortex prototype version. So, okay, I think, given the look of things, I think this is like a review build. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's a prototype version. But, I mean, really, I haven't actually played many, if not any, prototype builds. I don't know what to expect going into this. I don't intend to do a full playthrough if it's gonna be like a, you know, the full game or whatever. We'll do a few levels here and there. It really depends, like, on the content, what's going on in here. Like for example, let's see if this good old thingy works. See if that's still gonna trigger, and even in a prototype build. I remember it took a while to boot into the opening cutscene, but this is a bit lengthy. Yeah, I'll boot out of this, and I will reset it. This time around, I'll just put in a random name or anything that isn't Wombat, and we'll see if it loads. So, I think I'm pretty certain that this is an NTSC version of the game, because I don't recall seeing that loading screen ever. And even the Konami logo, I don't actually remember that logo, and again, it really has been a while since I've played this game, so yeah, I could be just remembering it wrong, but I know definitely that loading screen is different. Yeah, that's definitely different. I remember like a green kind of a waterfall looking, or green vortex looking kind of a background. So okay, that's a nice little way to get into gameplay. We didn't do it the right way, but at least I know one way I can get into gameplay in case. But yeah, we'll try this legitimately now, and hopefully it doesn't betray me. Did it show a loading screen before? I don't know if it did. I don't think it did. So there you go. That might be the issue. I think it I should probably do it one more time in case. But from what it looks like that wombat thingy doesn't behave the way it probably should. Maybe it was a one-off, but we'll find out now. And actually, what I'm going to do something a little bit different this time, because before I just hit new game and then put wombat in, this time I'm pretty much going to do what I did last time, where I went load game and then it brought me into gameplay. I'm going to do that, then I'm going to exit, and then I'll put in wombat when I do new game. So yeah, we'll do that now. Just in case, that way we're really kind of spicing it up. There's no chance of it behaving the way it did before for whatever reason. So yeah, cancel, exit, gameplay, yep, exit, new game now, and this time, instead of putting A, we're doing the wombat. Yeah, cool. So loading, that's a good sign. Okay, there we go, it loaded. So, okay, that tells me it was just a one-off. Oh snap, I can skip the cutscene. Yo, wait. If that is not an NTSC thing, that is a build thing, because I know for a fact I could not skip that in the past. You know, after a while playing this, ooh, does that look different? Then again, I did just come from the E3 demo, so maybe that's why it looks a bit different. I don't remember seeing as many plants and all that, grass. I'm probably just, yeah, again, I just came from the E3 demo. Yeah, I really should have just played the original before going into this, because I really... There are a lot of differences that... or a lot of things that I'm noticing that, to me, seem like differences when they probably aren't differences. I have played this on the emulator, but when I did play it, I was playing the NTSC version. But the one I grew up playing, the PAL version, I haven't played that in freaking years. So wait. Oh! I just realized I don't have the thingies, do I? So, the cheat did not work. Right? I don't believe it worked. It's supposed to... There it is, powers. Yeah, it's supposed to show you powers there. Because I just tried to use the bazooka thingy. The Wampa Bazooka or whatever they call it. So, okay. That... okay. Maybe that is why it crashed then, or soft-locked. Because, you know, first time we tried the code out, it didn't load. I don't even recall it bringing up the loading screen. This time it did load, and it could be something to do with me bringing it into gameplay before going back and trying it. Whoa, that was close. But now that it has loaded, it doesn't have all the upgrades that it's supposed to when you input the code. Because yeah, you input the code and then when you get to gameplay, it does have your upgrades, and it should also have all the levels unlocked. I forget about if all the relics were complete, but you pretty much have like a 100% save. So yeah, again, I'm not sure if it's like an NTSC thing or if it's build specific. Still, this is pretty it's pretty interesting regardless. And it's always good to cover any kind of prototype build, even if it is just, you know, like there are no differences. Oh, okay, see, now that's interesting. I don't remember this. What is this? I remember seeing it, but I don't recall ever being able to get to this, because I think you needed to unlock something to access that. Yeah, I don't recall ever being in a save where I could access this. And knowing that the wombat thing doesn't look like it worked, this is pretty pretty interesting. Ooh, it's a short ending, huh? And an extra gem. Wow. Like, I remember I wanted to get access to this second warp thing. Did I just mess it up? I think I just messed it up. Am I seriously stuck? There you go. I was gonna say, what the hell? And of course, if it ain't one thing, it's the other. Why did they give you a life for bloody taking out the mammoth? I never got that. I mean, what's he doing? He's not threatening me. No! I didn't... Oh, there you go. There you go. I don't remember that happening. If you have Aku Aku, he kind of protects you. Yeah, I don't remember that. Again, I haven't played this in so long. I do not remember that. Hey, go, Crystal. Now, oh god, we're missing quite a bit, but there's hopefully all the nitros. There it goes. Do a bit of thisness. 4. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I find it interesting that the first level of the game is a snow level. Like, not complaining, it's cool to split it up and have something different, because it's, you know, most platforming games kind of start with a more daytime, inviting, welcoming kind of a level. So, yeah, no, that's a nice change. So I guess in that regard, you could say Crash 4 still follows that traditional, welcoming kind of a level. Oh god, this is different. Yeah, I can really see the difference with the, like, FRV. I'm glad I'm playing this now, so I can really just appreciate every change. See, it's not moving! It's not moving with the tornado. And that's what I was pointing out before, and so I think I was right, yeah, it just kind of stuck there and it didn't move. That's a shame. I kind of liked that it moved. It was more of a challenge. You had to kind of really just be ready for it when it would move. And it makes sense why it would move. You know, it's creating the tornado, and, you know, makes sense that the tornado would be moving it a little bit. Yeah, this definitely does seem a lot easier. Both because the, you know, they're not moving, and the furs aren't attacking me as frequently as in the demo. So that, yeah, it really bumped up the difficulty spike in the demo, which I don't mind. Bamboozled, my favorite level. Well, I love all the levels, honestly. They just... they all have something amazing in them, you know? There's just... Be it the music, be it the level design. But, I love the music in this level, and yeah, that's actually kind of ironic. I love my two favorite music tracks in this game are when you're using this, what do you call this? This hamster wannabe kind of a ball. I don't know, but yeah, it's ironic that two favorite tracks are in those kind of stages. See, I don't remember this much green or even blue where the bottomless pit is. Again, I'm probably just tripping. It's been a while. Even the particle there. I won't fuss too much about the crates this time around, because I don't want to make this video too long. No, I think the end is here-ish, if I recall. And kind of go this. I'm curious to see speedruns of this game, because it seems like it would be an interesting game to speedrun. Yeah, you know, it just, yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, seems like it would be quite a challenge too. There you go, checkpoint. That's what I was gonna say. That seemed an awful lot of distance to cover. And just in time too. There's our crates that you are meant to, you know, take down to add to the crate counter, but obviously I couldn't reach the exclamation crate to do that, but oh well. God, it's so weird playing with really fast loading. I say that like I complained about the loading on the console, and honestly I really didn't. It didn't even occur to me that the loading screens were long until I saw reviews of this game on YouTube. I would almost say the same about R6, but I did know that the loading was both long and frequent. Definitely more frequent than this game. Because at least with this game, yeah, okay, the loading, you know, can be long, but it isn't, again, as frequent as R6 with, hey, please help me. Alright, now load. Help me. Load, and then mission. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm glad that I've come to this, regardless if it is a review version or not. But yeah, see, like it didn't immediately trigger. Right? I was gonna say, because you have to like walk a few feet before the dragon's like, hey, give me your soul. That's cool. I really like that. How it's like, oops, you broke the thing that's supposed to make you reach the higher up. Oh my god, I never even noticed that there was like a moon there. Wow, I can't believe I never noticed that. I always thought that this was supposed to be like a sunset-y kind of a stage, but I guess it's supposed to be more nighttime-esque. And yeah, see what I mean about the music there? It really just... It splits up even the music, yeah, from the main stage's music. But yeah, that wasn't present in the demo, so huh. Yeah, and I guess this is supposed to be like the equivalent of like running away from a boulder. And yet, somehow, I am more scared of a boulder than I am of a dragon. I bet that's something to do with the music. Because the music for boulders used to scare me when I was a kid, honestly. I mean, maybe that should come as no surprise because, you know, if you listen to it, it really does have some kind of eerie kind of, you know, sounds in the soundtrack. Compared to this, which is more so catchy than something that's supposed to be, I don't know, something where you're running away from a freaking dragon. You know, again, it's still amazing music, but I think it just, in terms of what's set for the tone, I think Crash 1 did better in that regard from, you know, in terms of what you're running away from. Ooh, this has changed a little bit. Let's try, there was like only one there. Interesting. Yeah, it's cool to see these changes now. We're really going into the equivalent of the final. Yeah, I think I'll just do the first world, and that'll be that. I probably would have done the rest of the stages in the demo had the code worked for the Wombat to give me all the stages, but oh well. This looks a little different, I think. Just a little bit in the lighting. I could be just dead wrong. Yeah, this looks fine where I am now, but when I was on the outside, it looked a little different. In before, like, everything I'm noticing is just me tripping. I don't know. Fun times. It's really coming back to me now, memories playing this game. I just wish I played more of this, because, man... Yeah, I didn't play enough of this, I reckon. I played a lot, but not enough. Perhaps that's why the critiques don't bother me with this game. I mean, you could even say the same about R6. I always seem to be too early in my spin, too used to the Crash 1 hitbox. So I think I played that more than I did Wrath of Cortex. And again, with the music, it's just... Damn, like seriously, they really did have some fire tracks. Hitbox, I don't trust this, I'm getting the checkpoint in case. Yeah. It's just, sometimes it's a bit deceiving, you know? I really just feel like, wait, what? Where am I? Damn it. So close yet so far. Yeah, like, without a doubt, the physics are very inaccurate to the classics, but it doesn't feel like Sonic Generations or Sonic Forces trying to recreate classic Sonic. It doesn't feel like that at all. But at the same time, I can see why people might get that impression playing this, comparing it to the classics. Because it does feel different. It kind of feels like Crash Nitro Kart trying to emulate Crash Team Racing. Because, and that might bother some people, but to me, because I like barely played Crash Team Racing and played more of Nitro Kart, I guess, yeah, it just didn't, it didn't bother me. If anything, Crash Nitro Kart is more what I'm, you know, used to playing. It's more natural to me. It might be a poor comparison because, I mean, this game, you know, it gets things right and it gets things wrong, but I think all around it does have everything that it needs to have, but it's just the physics itself. There definitely are issues where I could be picky and be like, well, you know, there's no weight to his movement, and, you know, there's a lot of things inaccurate with the momentum, just in general platforming, especially compared to the classics. But, you know, somehow it doesn't bother me. The main thing is it's, you know, it is what it is, and it does stay faithful to the classics. It's not like they removed any main elements where it's like, oh, you know, you can't spin after jumping or something like that, or you can't damage enemies after jumping, you know, like they did with like R6 or something. But, you know, even then, it's funny how, like, when I went into R6 and that didn't bother me, probably though, because R6 being the first Sonic game I ever played was, you know, it was that. It was literally that. It was my first Sonic game, so that to me, it was normal for Sonic not to be able to damage enemies. Oh god, I'm losing damage like crazy, what the heck. Yeah, so I guess in that regard, it's, it didn't bother me. But even then, though, I still feel that it wouldn't have bugged me even if I played other Sonic games before R6, because, you know, I played Crash Bandicoot before going into R6, and, you know, all the Crash games I played, you would be able to jump into an enemy and defeat them. But I guess that just goes to show that Kid Me didn't go into a new franchise with any expectations, I guess you could say. Albeit it took me a while to warm up to the game, because, you know, at first I just wasn't interested in the single player elements. It was multiplayer more so. Oof, don't land on him. Oof, that was close. No. I wonder if he hits you and then you hit the rocks, if that makes it go yellow. Because I noticed that the particle, when he hits you, you kind of do have that same kind of yellowy orangey shine, as if he's hit the rock. So yeah, I wonder if he hits me and then I hit the rock. Yeah, if that happens, if it makes it yellowy orange. Yeah, it's an interesting concept for a boss. Very At least to my knowledge, anyway, very original. At least from what I've played and seen. But, yeah, I don't think any previous or future Crash games did anything similar to that. But yeah, okay. That is, the first world of this review version of Crash Wrath of Cortex. So, yeah, hopefully, if you guys have played this more often than I have, hopefully you guys picked up some differences that I didn't, or can confirm if anything I did point out is in fact different. But yeah, no, it's good to try a review build, regardless if there are differences or not. I'll exterminate this rat in no time. Back when Crunch was super edgy. You know what, I really feel like Knuckles kind of inspired Crunch and vice versa. Because obviously Knuckles was created first, right? Then I feel like Traveler's Tales saw that and were like, hey, we need something like that. We need a character that's, you know, edgy and can really bring something to the table. And that's what they did for this. We have Crunch, you know, he joins the team at the end of the game. But then it was like complete 180. They did the exact opposite. Sonic Team saw that they kind of made Crunch in later games a bit, you know, he's not as edgy anymore. He's a bit silly. He's a bit gullible. Not as serious as he used to be. And I feel like, yeah, they kind of just saw that and were like, oh, alright, well, yeah, let's see if we can do that with Knuckles. Let's see if we can beef him up a bit and, you know, Knuckles in Sonic Boom. Maybe that's just me, but I've always looked at that and thought, yeah, there does seem like to be a very interesting consistency with Knuckles and Crunch, with their similarities, how one kind of does something and the other responds with those characters. Just something I think I've noticed, but I don't know if anyone else has. But yeah, I just can't help but draw the connection between the two. But yeah, interesting. Very interesting.